Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Wilson's Seahawks going up against Ryan's Falcons.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as he's up with the Seattle Seahawks. In motion left goes a tight end. Here's Rawls. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Yards remaining now on second down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. Drops it off for Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. First down, this is Rawls. Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. A gain of 3, second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Uses the spin. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Red zone opportunity. They go again with Rawls. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. Wilson going to give to Rawls. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Just a little educational piece. I know a lot of people here, 3-4, 4-3, etc. Take us through the 4-3, Charles.
Okay, 4-3. 4 down defensive linemen, usually 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends.
And the first play will be a field goal try. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
So out come the Falcons now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know.
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 84 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Brooks Reed in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Now Wilson on second down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. They'll run for it. Rolls. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. That one good for 10 yards. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Back to the ground attack. It's Rawls. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the D-line's going to spread out. On 2nd down, Wilson. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Going up top. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Paul Richardson, 46 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And a deep touchdown pass there. Every quarterback's dream.
Every quarterback's dream, and let's face it, it's our dream too, isn't it? Do we not have fun when we see that long pass arcing downfield with a chance for a touchdown? What a tremendous throw.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. To throw is Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. from the shotgun. Ryan. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that leads to an Atlanta first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Shifts by him. And he goes out right around the 39. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. After the interception, here's Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, let's step aside from this game for a second and look at the NFC playoff picture right now. You've got the Eagles at 11-2, the Vikings at 10-3, and after that, you got 3 9-4 teams, Charles, all vying for that 3rd spot.
Yeah, the Los Angeles Rams leading the NFC West, but the story to me is the NFC South. Because right now, if the season ends, you've got 3 teams from the South in the playoffs. New Orleans, Carolina, and Atlanta. So things are volatile in that division, but all 3 legitimate contenders.
It's going to be a fun last 3 weeks, especially in that division.
Certainly, because they're all going to play each other over that time.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. We have hit. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. 3rd quarter now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 3rd quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Shedd. And some room to work. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Give them a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up first and goal now. And here we go on first and goal. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run with Rawls. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal. Wilson again to Rawls. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They come out here in the I. On the ground, Rawls. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Thomas Rawls taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
On second down, Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
Back now in Atlanta. So 2nd and 10 here. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Adrian Claiborne in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Brooks Reed in there to get him again. The 3rd time he sacked him here tonight. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you've got to have guys who can actually break tackle and increase those gains.
Jones has it. A phrase we said a lot last year. Ryan to Jones for a Falcon 1st down. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection. Ryan to Jones there. Here's Ryan to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. And Jones has it over the middle. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a 1st. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And the offense still has a couple plays to go to pick up the 1st on 2nd down and 3. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Here's Ryan. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And the 42-year-old veteran's kick is up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. So the field goal got them back within one score, and now the focus lies on this onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Yeah, the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Again, Rawls. He's been busy tonight. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And now here's a carry heading left.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. Here's John Ryan now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. Second down following the incompletion. They'll look to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete.